Hello and welcome to this Dollhouse Miniature 1/12 scale project making hedge and shrub roses with paper and floral wire. Materials are listed below in the description box. This is one way to make mini rose plants using paper. Other ways include clay, fabric, or plastic. I'm going to be making 2 hedge roses and 3 shrub rose plants. To make the ground base, cut shapes from foam board. I am using oval ellipse shapes, 1 3/4 inch wide for the tall hedges and 1 1/4 inch for the shrubs. Use a stencil template or draw by hand on the foam board. Cut out with scissors or craft knife, or use a combination process. For example, by using the craft knife on the top, tracing around the drawn oval shape, and then cut out the rest. With scissors. The foam board base will help secure the branch stems of the roses. Then place a quilter's pin through the center of the oval shape. This will make it easy to hold when you paint it and when you add the ground earth. Now the base is ready to paint. While holding the pin, paint the sides, top, and bottom of the foam board and let that dry. Stick it into a scrap piece of foam board so it's raised up above. Once the paint is dry on the foam bases, glue used dry T-bits to the sides and base top. Hold the pin while you glue. I usually do a section at a time. Press the bits into the glue and shake off any excess, and then let that dry. To make the branch stems, cut textured floral wire. I am using a brown 1.55 millimeter wrapped wire. An example of completed larger hedge and shrub branch stems on the base are shown. For the hedge base, using wire cutters, clip 5 3.5 inch floral wire pieces, 3 2.5 inch pieces, and 4 1 1/4 inch pieces. For the shrub base, cut 5 1 1/4 inch pieces and 7 to 8 1/2 inch pieces. To add wire branches to the stems, place the 3.5 inch pieces into clamps. Slightly bend at the top into a cascade shape. Glue the 1 1/4 inch pieces to the top about 2 inches from the end. Place PVC glue on one side and super glue on the branch end. Press the 2 glues together, hold until set. Glue another branch opposite of the curve, repeat for the remaining 4 3.5 inch pieces. Set aside. Next, place the 2.5 inch medium pieces into clamps and glue 1 1/4 inch pieces to all 3 ends, like the larger branch stems. Set the medium branch stems aside. Be sure to wear safety glasses or secure the wire before you cut it, or else it might fly away, the pieces. Then for the 1 1/4 inch size stem pieces, cut another 1 1/4 inch piece in half. Glue side pieces in various shapes to that stem as shown. To assemble the hedge stem branches into the foam base, use a pattern with a tall stem piece in the center surrounded by the other tall pieces, then the medium in between with the shorter pieces further outside. Use a small stylus or the pin to make a hole into the foam base. Add glue to the end. Be generous with the glue. Insert into the holes. While the glue is still wet, sprinkle T-bits to cover the glue. To assemble the shrub, use 5 1 1/4 inch pieces with 1 in the center surrounded by 4 on the outside. Repeat the stylus and pinhole in the foam board. Glue stems and sprinkle T-bits on the excess glue. When all of the glued branch stems have dried thoroughly, at least several hours, paint green patches randomly and especially over the glued attachment areas. Let that dry for a little bit. For the greenery, you can choose green copy paper or paint white copy paper. Mix shades together, brush both sides of the copy paper. When dry, gently rub with a towel. Punch or hand cut the leaf, sunburst, and branch shapes from your green copy paper. You'll need approximately 100 pieces of each of the shapes for each plant. With a tan or burgundy color pencil, color the stem areas, the front and the back. You could glue leaves to the branch ends. I did it for 2 of the plants, the red and the peach shrub roses, just to see what it would look like. To prepare the sunburst shapes, fold in half, then half again or in a quarter, then roll between your fingers to make little leaf sprigs. Make about 50 to 60 for each plant. I use tissue paper for the flowers, buds, and petals. To make the buds, 15 to 20 per plant, glue a wedged tissue piece on the inside top edge of a green sunburst shape. Fold together in half, then quarter, and roll it like the little green sprigs. For the flower petals, select the tissue paper, fold it into several thicknesses. It's easier to punch it. Separate the pieces once they've been punched. If I try punching just one piece of tissue paper, it tears, it doesn't cut completely, or it gets stuck in the punch itself. For the hedge roses, glue 2 flower pieces together, and then glue yellow artificial snow bits in the center for the stamen. To make the stamens, mix yellow paint with artificial snow and let it dry. Punch 160 flower shapes to make 80 hedge roses. For the fuller shrub roses, fold 1 petal piece into a wedge shape by halving, quartering, and then rolling it. Then glue 4 to 5 petals around it. Glue a sunburst shape around the buds and the back of the flowers. An optional idea is to glue parts of an artificial foliage plant in between the main stem branches before you glue the paper branches. Or just have your regular paper branches. Begin by gluing the end of the branch stem to the branches approximately 1/4 to 1/2 inch from the ground earth. Glue the pieces inside and outside, first lower row, and then glue a little sprig sunburst piece where you attach them together. Apply a light coat of matte sealer to all the greenery pieces. When the lower row is dry, continue by moving to the middle row and gluing branches all around. Then repeat gluing more sprigs to the ends and then apply sealer to that row. Once the middle row is dry, then begin on the top and go all the way around adding branches. You may need to cut some of the branches into smaller pieces for the top ends. Add more sprigs to the ends and to the other glue areas. Apply sealer. Look around the plant to see where you may need to add more branches or sprigs. Glue and seal as needed. Begin to glue flowers to the hedge greenery and add buds. To make the shrub rose plants, start with the greenery in a similar manner by gluing branches to the lower stems, going around, gluing the sprigs, then sealing. Repeat to the top, and then add your flowers and buds. The hedge roses are made with light yellow and light pink tissue paper. The shrubs are in red, peach, and fuchsia tissue papers. Curl bits of tissue paper with a stylus and then glue them under the plant for petals. With an ultra-fine brown or burgundy marker, make little dots on top of the stamen parts of the open flowers. Here is a look at 1/12 scale doors for size comparison with the rose plants. And in a nature setting with bees, birds, and butterflies. I hope you like and share this project, making mini roses. Thank you so much for watching.